Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Masyu Short Sudoku by Senny K, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We have a parity line where we need to draw a non-intersecting orthogonally connected loop through the centers of some cells that passes through every gray square and every gray circle. So what does it mean to draw a non-intersecting orthogonally connected loop? So orthogonally connected just means that you must be able to go from one cell to another cell just through an edge. And it would go like this way. So this is allowed or something. What is not allowed is to go like that. That is not allowed because that's going diagonally. Orthogonally just means going through an edge in one of the spaces. And the loop must pass through every gray square and gray circle in this puzzle. The loop must turn on squares and travel straight through the cells on either side. So what does that mean? That means you cannot have something like this because it's turning on the cell that it goes into, right? A square must go essentially 2 in distance at least after it turns in the square. So it must turn in the square and it must go 2 cells that way. Cannot do this again because that's only going 1 cell from the turning point. So that is the rule set for the squares. The loop must go straight through circles. So through circles, you have to basically go straight through. You cannot turn on the circle. So you cannot do something like that. That's not allowed. And finally, no straight line loop segment can cross more than 2 cell borders. So this is actually not allowed because it's crossing through 5 borders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And then you can only cross through 2 cell borders in a straight line. Also, the loop acts as a parity line, where neighboring adjacent digits along it alternate between odd and even. So for example, say this was the loop in this segment. Well, we know this is even because digits in a square are even and digits in a gray circle are odd. So these would be even and these would be odd and these would be even if this were the loop, right? Because you'll alternate between odd and even digits on a parity loop. And we know gray squares are even because of the rule set, and gray circles are odd. So these are odd. We have digits and cells joined by a V summed to 5. Not all V's are given, and there's only one V. So for example, if this were, say, a 3, this would have to be a 2, because these 2 digits must add up to 5. And finally, we have sandwich, where a clue outside the grid gives the sum of the digits appearing between the 1 and the 9 in that row or column. So this could be an example here. You could have a 1, a 9 here, and a 5 here, and this would be valid because the digits between 1 and 9 sum to 5 because it's just 5. Or you could have something like, say, I don't know, this was 1, and this, well, let's just make that 9, and this is 1, and this could be 3 and 2. And again, the digits between 1 and 9 add up to 5. It's just 2 and 3 this time. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. For squares, since these can never go 2 in a direction this way, and they have to go 2 in a direction after they turn, that means this has to go this way, essentially. So this has to be going that way. And similarly, this has to be going that way. So all the squares are even digits, and all the circles are odd digits. These are even because, these are odd because of parity line, and these are even. These are odd, and these must be even. Okay. Through this line, you'll always guarantee that the circle goes this way and the circle goes this way, because there's no other way to go straight through going this way or this way, right? These are on the edge of the grids. So these must be even. From this corner, you have to continue on the loop, right? So you have to be going that way. And you cannot continue this way, because if you did, this would be 5 segments of loop that you have that goes straight, which is not allowed. So this must go this way. This is 2 already, so this must turn that way. So then these are odd digits, and this must be an even digit. This cannot go this way because that would close the loop, and that would be a very small, and that would not be one large loop, which we have to have. So this must go this way, which means this is odd. And this cell must connect to something on the loop, and it can only connect to there. So that's that we know there. This digit has to be odd because we have 4 even digits in the box. So this cannot go this way, it must go this way. So it must go even there. This goes this way. This cannot go 3 this way. Oh, actually, it could. No, it can't, because this can't enter in this way any other way, right? So this can't go 2 this way and then exit out, because these are both odd. So this has to go this way, then guaranteed. So this must go this way. So this is even. This is 2 going this way, so this must turn here, and it must turn one of these ways here. So let's mark ones where so you cannot, this has to turn, so then this must go this way. It doesn't have to continue that way, though. Okay. This cannot continue this way, because that's 2 cells already. This cannot continue that way. That can't continue that way. That can't continue that way. This can't go there. This can't go there. This cannot go straight through this way, so it must go straight through that way. So then this goes there. So this is even. And since this is even, this must be odd to add up to 5, because you need an even and odd to add up to an even and odd number. Well, if we could just go, well, we can't. If we go this way, we have to continue on this way, because this can't be 3 straight cells crossed by this straight line. So if it goes this way, it has to continue this way, and it would only connect here, and this would be a small loop. So this cannot go this way. This can't go straight, because that would be 3 straight lines, so it must go this way. So this is going there. Okay, what else do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odd digits in column 3 already, which means the rest of the digits are even. So these are even, this is even, this is even. Okay. This could go straight through that way. That is possible. Could go straight through that way. That's also possible. This must turn, but it could turn something like this. That's possible. The only way to have 5 in between the 1 and the 9 is you either have a 5 there or you have a 2 and a 3 there, right? Same with this, right? This must turn either this way or this way. So either to have 5 in between, you cannot have 1 and 9 be here, because that's 3 digits, and 3 digits can never add up to 5. So this can never be 1 or 9. You can't have it be here, because then obviously this is an even digit, which cannot be 5. So this can never be 1 or 9. You could have 1 or 9 here, if this being 3 and that being 2. Or you have 1 and 9 here, which would force this to be 5. Okay, that's not that helpful. Hmm. So both of these could... one of these, if we try to basically... We can't have both of these turn in, because then this would form a closed loop by itself, and that wouldn't be part of the large... It has to be all one large loop, right? So you cannot have it going in here and here. So one of these has to go out. But the problem with that is, say this one goes in and this goes out. Then this must connect here. But the problem is, if it goes in here and then out here, right? So say it did something like this. The problem is this has to be going straight through, and this cannot connect to any end. So that's not possible. So this must both be going out here, which means these are going in and this is going out there, right? This cannot turn this way, because then this would be this would cross through 4 cell boundaries. So then this is done here. This is done this way. These again must be even. This is odd. This is odd. So it cannot turn this way and go straight through. This then has to go through this way. So this goes that way, and it cannot go straight through there, so this must turn here. This cannot go straight through here, so this must go straight through that way. This has to turn there. So this is even. This must be odd. This is even. This is odd. We have 4 evens in box 6, so this must be odd. We have 4 evens in row 6, so these must be odd. Okay. This must go straight through, so it has to go to here. We have 4 evens in column 8, so the rest must be odd. This cannot connect to here, cannot go straight here, so this must go down to here. So this is odd. This could go here, it could go here, that's fine. This cannot just go this way, because if it goes this way, then it forms an inner loop with itself, which doesn't work. So this has to connect to here. So that connects that way. Hmm. This could do something funky like this. This has to connect to something. If it connects to here, the problem is this isn't connected to anything else. So this must connect to here somehow. Um, We have to have 8 in between the 1 and 9 here. Because if we try to have 3 digits in between, and they're guaranteed to be either 1 digit adding up to 8 in between the 1 and 9, or up to at least 3. Because you can't have a red alternate. This is alternating between odds and evens. This is 1, this is 2 or 4, this is 1 or 3 here. Okay. We have 5 odds in row 7, so the last digit must be even. To be between 1 and 9, you have to have an odd and an even digit, or an odd digit. Well, you cannot have odd and even, except for this scenario. And the only way you could have 5 is if this is 5 and this is 1 and 9. So either this is 3 and 2 and this is 1 and 9 and 1 and 9. That's possible. Or this is 5 and this is 1 and 9. Interesting. We have 4 even digits in column 2, so that means the rest of the digits in that column are odd. Okay. Oh, this cannot go more than 2 directions. So it either... okay, so this cannot go that way. That's 2 already. How would it connect? Okay. This... so say we tried connecting this way. What would this connect to? It can't connect to anything because it would be blocked by the loop here and here. This would be intersecting itself if it weren't. So this cannot go this way and connect here. What about going this? If we try to connect to this, then it's the same problem. This doesn't have a way to connect with a loop. So this must connect that way. That satisfies that. This is 2 at most. You can only go 2 that way, or you could turn here. This must turn here. This turns one of these 2 ways. If this goes this way, the problem is it can't connect to the rest of the loop, so this must turn this way. So that goes this way. We have 4 evens in box 2, so that eliminates evens in the rest of the box. So these are odd. We have 4 evens in column 5. That means this can't be evens. So these must be odd. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odds in column 4, so these must be evens. We have 5 odds in box 5, so this must be even. We have 4 evens in row 4, so this must be odd. Odd, not even. We have 5 odds in row 5, so this must be even. Okay, we have 4 evens in row 2, so these must be odd. Okay. Hmm. This cannot connect to here. So if it goes here, it would have to connect to this cell because it can't connect to either of these cells here. So this has to go this way. That's 2 that way, so then it must turn. So then it connects there. And the reason why this couldn't connect is that would form a smaller loop, which doesn't have the entire loop here. This cannot turn this way again, so it must turn this way. This part of the loop must connect to here. Otherwise, it doesn't fit, as it doesn't make a full loop, right? If it connects this way, this connects here, but then this doesn't connect to any part of the loop. So this has to connect to here. So this is part of the loop, which connects to there. Could do something funky like go like this. Oh, wait, no, this can't go. So say we try to go this way. Then it has to go here. And what would it connect to? It would have to connect to here specifically. And then that would be 3 cells. So this does not work going this way. It must connect that way. So this has to connect that way. Can't go here. Can't go inside here because then it would form a loop. So this has to be the completion of the loop. So we're done with that. Now we need to use the sandwich clues to figure out where everything is. Okay, 14. Interesting. Okay, so 14 could be up to... that's a lot. 5 is either 1 or 2 digits in between the sandwich. 8 is either 1 or 2 digits between the sandwich. So is 7. Okay. This could turn this way. Or it could just turn in here. We don't know which. Well, what happens if it turns this way? Then that becomes red, blue, and that's too many digits. That would be too many even digits in box 9, right? Red, blue, that would be 5 even digits. So it cannot turn this way because that would be too many digits. It has to turn in this way. So this is guaranteed. So this is the loop. This is the Masyu loop. So these are all 2, 4, 6, 8. That's not helpful. To add up to 9, it's going to have to be 3 cells, right? 2 cells would require 1 odd and 1 even, but the problem is you would have to have an odd, even, odd, odd scenario in row 4, which is not possible. So therefore, it must be 2, 3, and 4 in some scenario. And then you have 1 and 9 on the outside. So this has to be 3 cells, which add up to 9 here. This must be an 8 to add up to with 1 cell, because there's no way you have 2 digits adding up to 8, because that would be either 2 evens in a row or 2 odds in a row surrounded by 2 odds, and none of those work there. Same with column 5, right? How do you add up to 8? You either have 1 8 or 2 odd digits or 2 even digits between. Because you can't have 3 digits, because 2, 3, and 4 at minimum add up to 9. But you don't have any 2 even digits in a row surrounded by other odds. And you don't have 2 odd digits in a row surrounded by 2 odds. So it has to be 8 surrounded by a 1 and a 9. So this can't be 8 then, because that can't be surrounded by a 1 and a 9. This can't be 8 then. So one of these is 8 with 1 and 9 here, or this is 8 with 1 and 9 here. Interesting. So this can never be 1 and 9. It's 3, 5, or 7. That's not helpful. Okay. 5. Again, you have either this is 5 and this is 1, 9, or this is 1, 9 and this is 2, 3. That's the only ways you get 5. 14, you could have 4 unique digits add up to 14 between the 1 and the 9. That is possible. Or you have 2 digits, or you have 3 digits. If you have 3 digits, it has to, well, it doesn't have to. Okay, so that, let's not look at that yet. This cannot be 1 or 9, so this is 3, 5, or 7. Because if this were 1, 9, how does this add up to 5 with 2 digits in between the 1, 9? It can't. 1, 9 could be here, and it could be 2, 3. Or this is 1, 9, right? So this has to be 1, 3, or 9 here. Right, because either this is 1, 9, and that's 1, 9, and this is 2, 3. Or this is 1, 9, and this is 1, 9, and that's 5. Those are the only ways to add up to 5 that way. Same with this. This cannot be 1 or 9. It's 3, 5, or 7. But you could have 1, 9, 1, 9, 3, 2, 1, and 9 with 5 there. So those are both possible. Okay. So 1 and 9, 1 and 9 with 8 in between, or 1 and 9, 1 and 9 with 8 in between. We know this is 1, 9, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 9, 2, 3, 4, 1, 9, or 1, 9, 2, 3, 4, 1, 9. So that's not helpful. We know, oh, these can't be 1, 9. Because if this were 1, 9, it would not be consecutive with another 1, 9. Same with this. So this is 3, 5, or 7. This is 3, 5, or 7. So since this is 3, 5, or 7, 1 and 9 cannot be here to surround the 8. And 1 and 9 cannot be here to surround the 8. So neither of these can be 8. Where is the 8 in row 6? It has to be here. So this is 8, which means it's next to 1 and 9 and 1 and 9. It also eliminates 8 in the rest of the box and column. This is 1 and 9. So this cannot be 3 and 2 adding up to 5. So it must be 1, 9, 5, 1, 9. Which means this is 3 and 7. This can't be 5. This can't be 3 or 7. So we know this is guaranteed to be 1 or 9. Right? To have 2, 3, and 4, it's either 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, with that being 1, 9, or 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, right? Cannot be 1, 9, 1, 9, 2, 3, and 4 that way. So this is guaranteed to be a 1 and 9, which means to add up to 8, this has to be an 8 here. So it must be 8 with 1, 9 being here. That means this is 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7. This cannot be 1, 9, 3, 2, 1, 9. So this has to be 1, 5, and 9 here. So this is 1, which makes this 4. That makes this 9, which means this can't be 9. This is 1, which means this can't be 1. That's 9, which means this can't be 9. That's 1. So this has to be a 3, 7 pair here. Which means this can't be 5. This is 3, 5, or 7. We have a 3, 5, 7 triplet in box 6, which eliminates 3, 5, and 7 in the rest of the box. So these are 1 and 9. So this 1, 9, 1, 9 means this has to be 2, 4, 2, 4, and 3. So this is 3. This is 2 and 4. And this can't be 2 and 4. This can't be 2 and 4. It's 6. This can't be 6, so this is 8. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 7. This can't be 7 or 3 or 1 or 9, so this is 5, which forces this to be 3 here. So there's no 3 here, no 3 here, or here. This becomes a 5, 7 pair in row 6, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 5 or 7. This is 3, which eliminates 3 here. Neither of these can be 6, so this is a 2, 4 pair here. 2, 4 eliminates 2 and 4 as a pair here, so this is 6, 8, which eliminates 6 and 8 in the rest of box 6. So this can't be 6, this can't be 4, it must be 2, which means this can't be 2, this is 4, which means this can't be 4, so it's 2. This can't be 2 or 4, it's 6. So no 2 or 6 here, no 4 or 8 here. This can't be 6 here or 6 here. No 8 here because of 8 in the column. No 2 or 4 here, no 2 or 4 here. So this adds up to 5. We have 5 here. This is a 1. You cannot have the 9 be here. So 9 has to be, cannot be here because this doesn't add up to 14. So 9 has to be one of these two here. 1 has to be one of these ones. So this has to be 5. This cannot be 1, 5, 9, or 3. So this must be 7. This 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 3. This is 1 or 5. This is 1 or 5. This must be a 3 because that's the remaining odd digit in box 7. So since 3 is here, this cannot be 2, 3, 4, 5, adding up to 14. So this has to be 9 here. And since this is odd, this is even, to add up to 14, which is an even digit, you need another odd digit. So you need 2 odds and an even to add up to even. So this is odd. And to add up to 14, we have a 5 here, so the other 2 must add up to 9. 14 minus 5 is 9. 4 and 5 would be that case, but that's not allowed. So this has to be 2 and 7. So we have 2 and 7 here. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 4. So no 2 here, no 2 here. We have 5 odds in column 1, so this must be even. We have 5 odds in row 3, so this must be even. 8 eliminates 8 here. This can't be 4 or 8. This can't be 8. Where this can't be 8 here because of 8 in the column. Or sorry, 8 in the box. So this is 4, which means eliminates 4 here. So this is 2, which eliminates 2 here. So it's 6, which eliminates 6 here. So it's 8. Which eliminates 8 here, so it's 6. This can't be 4, 6, or 8. It's 2, which eliminates 2 here, so it's 4. So neither of these can be 4. This must be a 6, 8 pair, which eliminates 6 and 8 in the rest of the column and box. So this can't be 6 or 8. It's 4. 2 eliminates 2 in the box, so that's 6. This can't be 2, 4, or 6. It's 8. This can't be 4 or 6. It's 2. This can't be 4, 6, or 8. It's 2. So no 2 here, no 2 here. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the row. This is a 2, 4 pair. No 6 here or 6 here because of 6 in the box. Okay. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 1, which makes this 9. Which makes this 1, which makes this 9. This cannot be 1 or 9, so the 1 and 9 cannot be here, so the 1 and 9 both have to be here. So this is odd. We have 5 odds in column 7, so this is even. We have 4 evens in row 1, so this is odd. This has to be 1 or 9, so this is 9, which makes this 1. This can't be 3, so this is 5 or 7. This is 5 or 7. We have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in box 3, which eliminates 5, 7 in the rest of the box. 9 cannot be either of these, so this must be 9. Which makes this, so this is 9, and this has to add up to 7 between the 1 and the 9. So it must be 5 and 2. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7, which eliminates 7 here, so it's 5, which eliminates 5 here, so it's 7. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 4. This can no longer be 2. Where's 2 in row 7? It has to be here. So this is 2. Where are 4 and 8 in box 9? It has to be here. So this can never be 8. This is 6, which eliminates 6 here. So this is 8, which eliminates 8 here. So this is 6. This has to be 3, 5, or 7. We have a 1, 3 pair in column in box 3, which eliminates 1, 3 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 3. This is 7. This can't be 1, 3. It has to be 5. This is 3. This is 1, 5, and 7 here. Okay. So the question is, how do you add up to 19 here? This is done, right? There's a 9, 1, 5 between the 9 and the 1. So is this. We have 1, 9, and 2, 5, 7 adding up to 14. So this is done. This is done. 8's between the 1 and 9. This is done. Nothing's between 1 and 9 here. This is done. 2 and 5 are between 1 and 9, adding up to 7. This is done. 1 and 9. 2, 3, and 4 are adding up between 1 and 9. This is 8 between 1 and 9 here. So we just have the 19 to finish. Okay. Remaining digits in box 2. We have 3, 5, 7, and 9. So these are 3, 5, 7. And it's 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. These are 3, 5, 7. We have a 3, 5, 7 triplet in column 6, which eliminates 3, 5, 7 in the rest of the column. This can't be 3, 5, or 7. It's 9. Which eliminates 9 from being here. Where's 9 in column 4? It has to be here. So this is 9 here. We have a 1-8 pair. No, we don't have a 1-8 pair. We do have a 1-8 pair. Oh, this is not 3. Okay, well, never mind. I don't know why I kept thinking it's 3. It's 1, 5, 7. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the column. So where's the 1? It has to be here. So this is 1. Okay. Not helpful. Never mind. This is 3, 5, 7, or 9. Cannot be 5 or 7. So this is 3 or 9 here. Okay. If 9 is here, it has to add up to 19 between here. If 9 is one of these two, definitely. If 9 is here, so either this is 9 or this is 9. If 9 is here, so let's remove. So if 9 is here, this means you cannot have 1 being here because that would only add up to 6. So the 1 would have to be here. So you would have to have 8, 4, and 7 here, but you can't have that. So this cannot be 9. So therefore, this is the 9. Well, okay, we came up to that anyways. And this has to be 1. This is 5. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3 and 1. And this must be 6, 5, and 8, which does add up to 19. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7 and 5. 5 and 7 eliminate 5 and 7 here, so it's 3. This makes this 7, which eliminates 7 here, so that's 3. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7. And 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 9. Okay, remaining digits in column 9 are 3, 4, and 8. 3 cannot be here, so this must be the even digit. And it cannot be 4, so it must be 8. So this is 8. This is an odd digit. We have 5 odd digits in row 9, so this must be even, which makes this odd. 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 4, which eliminates 4 here, so it's 6, which eliminates 6 here, so it's 8, which eliminates 8 here, so it's 6. That makes this a 4, this is an 8, this is a 5, and this is a 3 in the corner. I hope you have enjoyed this puzzle, and if so, I would appreciate it if you rate my puzzle and leave a comment on Logic Masters. We will definitely rate it. I don't know if I would consider this easy. Maybe it's because I haven't done very many Masyu puzzles, but that wasn't trivial there. It was pretty kind of yeah, you had to work through a lot. And then even though the sandwich clues weren't hard, I felt they were slightly harder than easy. So I think I would rate this challenging. It's probably a step below challenging, but I think it's closer to challenging than it is easy, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.